throughout the entire week. So I just wanted the board to realize that our contributions and our benefits that we get from the Metropolitan Law Enforcement Council are beyond words, and I'm quite proud of both those officers, and I'd like you both to be aware of their contributions.
Well, thank you, Chief. Officer Klaus, tremendous job. Thank you very much. And beside your colleague, I know, Chief, that you bust your hump and you made our town very honored also. Thank you for that. I know we got you got a nice letter from Commissioner Davis from Boston Police.
Yes.
Thanking you also. And we had a copy of that, but thank you. But fantastic job. I know I'm not of that gene to do that type of work, so very proud. You made the town very proud.
Thank you very much. Proud to represent the town there and be part of that team.
It's a rare breed that run towards the commotion.
Absolutely.
Away from the commotion.
Absolutely.
We're very fortunate to have the staff we do.
George Costanza crying out.
Well, you know, just not only wonderful on an individual basis as well, but just to think that all the Metro West also are involved in this. I think sometimes if I think, oh, it's a small town, suburban police force, blah, 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 but the training and the professionalism is obvious. And unfortunately, it takes an event sometimes like Marathon Monday to show that, but thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. And thank you for coming in this evening, keeping our streets safe.
Not trying, no.
Not trying. No, not at all. Keep up the good work.
Thank you,
Thank
Chief.
you.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in.
Are you?
Okay, our next item on the agenda, we have surplus items from the police department. And Dave, are you going to speak to this?
Essentially old radios, been replaced by new radios, and some gun racks that they no longer need.
So what happens to all these things?
They'll try to auction them on one of the websites, see if they can get any value for them.
Okay, who does that?
Chief McGowan.
Chief McGowan will handle all that. Okay, and we have to vote to approve the disposal of surplus items?
Yes.
Okay.
I move we approve the disposal of the surplus equipment specified in Chief McGowan's memo of May 3rd.
I second that. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay. Next agenda item has to, there's two. Let me, notice of intent to sell Section 61A agricultural land in the town of Dover. And when a landowner or landowner, I guess, takes into consideration the 61A tax relief, if you're going to sell that property, the town gets first refusal to buy it before they sell it in the open market. Okay, so we have been given notice of two intents to sell agricultural land under Section 61A. The first at Lot 2, 36 Pagan Lane. And the second is 287 Dedham Street in Dover. Now, we have 120 days from the notice of intent to respond. We've just received these. We'll take them under advisement, forward them to the appropriate groups in town, space planning, conservation, so forth, so on. And hopefully we'll get their response sooner than later. And within the guidelines, again, we have to respond within 120 days of both of these notices.
I might note that the purchase and sale agreement,
On which one?
on Pagan Lane,
Yes,
which I must have in the other file.
I have it right here.
Over here?
I just saw it earlier. Here, here.
Purchase and sale, there it is. So, I believe the purchase and sale agreement, expires on May 30th. And if we are taking this one under advisement, we don't have another meeting before May 30th. So it might be appropriate to inform Mr. Fryer that,
Excellent
that
suggestion.
120 days from April 26th, which is when we were notified. is not-
It's the 26th.
Yeah, I thought I had a copy of that P&S. I do not know for some reason.
Where I saw it. Well, I can't remember where I saw it, but I think it's in here, so Peter, perhaps you can, oh, it's Vinnie O'Brien's doing it, okay, so, perhaps you can just double check, because I thought I saw it.
Sure. We'll let him know.
Here it is. The 25th of March, 2013 is the purchase and sale agreement. So 120 days after that particular day of the year, right there.
Oh, yes, right, but I think there was a expiration date, I think.
On the
somewhere.
P&S?
P&S, right.
Thank you.
Correct.
I'll find it. Time of delivery is May 30th, 2013.
Okay. Let him know.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll figure that part out. We'll take this under advisement and forward to the appropriate groups, and we'll deal with it at a later date. Next on the agenda item is the audit engagement letter. Dave, please.
This is the routine engagement letter, Mr. Chairman, for our auditors to be authorized to conduct their annual audits for each of the next 3 fiscal years, fiscal 13, fiscal 14, and fiscal 15.
Okay, I see the fees based for 2013. How does that compare to the last 3-year contract?
I believe it was $22,000 most recently, so it goes up $1,000 a year. And generally speaking, because we ask them or they're being required by federal authorities to do more and more in their audits each year.
Okay. And this is something that you don't have to publicly bid because of the nature?
It's
of the-
exempt by virtue of the type of work it is.
Okay, and you're pleased with their performance?
Very much so.
And our town treasurer likes these guys also?
And so does our accountant.
Good. Okay.
In that case, I approve we authorize a 3-year contract with Melanson and Heath for the terms of the memo to Mr. Ramsey on May 6th.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Okay. 2 copies, please,
Who
for you.
signs that?
For you, please, the chair.
It's today's May 21st. I should know that.
Thank you.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is to execute the special state election warrant, which I hope we all know by now is on June 25th, on Tuesday, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it is to fill the vacated seat of Senator Kerry. So we'll be senator in Congress for this Commonwealth. And I know we, just for my purposes, I know this is the statewide special election, so we've already approved the local special election.
Have we done the election warrant for the local special election already? Or is
Yes, that went out before the regular election
we're-
warrant the week
that's right.
before.
I thought we
Yes.
signed, I thought we signed this already, too.
No.
Okay. Well,
I think you authorized the primary.
okay.
But a good point in that on June 25th, the citizens of Dover will be electing both a U.S. Senator and a Selectman, town of Dover.
Yes.
Right.
Okay,
So whichever one gets folks out to vote.
right. Carol, would you like to make
I
the
move
motion?
we approve the election, special state election warrant for June 25th.
I'll second, all in favor? Aye.
Both of you, please.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
As we move along, we're going to speak about the Board of Selectmen's summer meeting schedule. And insomuch as we do have a, hopefully a new member coming on at the end of June, or shortly into July, whenever that person gets sworn in, I'd just like to concentrate right now on June right now. And then when the new member comes in, the rest of the summer. That being said, Carol, I know
We normally have them on Thursdays, which I won't be able to do during the summer, in July and August either, but I also can't do the 6th or the 13th of June. So if you want to have a meeting the week of the 3rd, which is, would be 2 weeks from now.
how about the 12th? Wednesday the 12th?
Wednesday the 12th?
Let's go.
The Wednesday the 12th?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other conflicts? That's okay. So
Yep.
Wednesday, June 12th, will be our first installment of the summer meeting schedule. Wednesday, June 12th. And this is the 21st. What is our next scheduled meeting after this?
We don't have,
This would
Is
be
that it? Okay, I was
This
just
would be
wondering.
it.
yes.
Yeah, I'm still on island time, so please forgive me.
Yeah, diluted all with some water.
So June 12th, okay. Good. Thank you very much. As we move along, other business on the agenda, we have 22 special licenses to go over this evening.
'Tis the season.
Yeah. 12. I will read them, and we'll vote as one. Okay. The first one is, these pre-approved this May 2nd. A
Yes.
couple that we,
Yes, there are 6 that were, you need to vote retroactively, right, because your last meeting was April 11th, so it was,
thank you.
just came in.
Okay, so the first one is on Thursday, May 2nd, at Craft Hall at the Dover Church. Second, on May 3rd, Craft Hall at the Dover Church. Saturday, May 4th, Craft Hall at the Dover Church. May 4th, at Elm Bank, a nice wedding. On May 10th, fundraiser for the Tremont School at, Elm Bank, thank you. On May 18th, at Elm Bank, on May 26th, at Elm Bank, a wedding. May 29th is a faculty leadership program at BC Connor Center. May 30th at Elm Bank. There is
to support the Garden to Table program.
Yes, thank you. Okay. On Saturday, June 1st, at a wedding at Elm Bank. Sunday, June 2nd, another wedding at Elm Bank. At Boston College Conner Center on June 2nd, there's a wedding also. On June 13th, at the BC Conner Center, the reception for PWC, and food cooked and a dinner for the Treasury Club of Boston. Friday, June 14th, a wedding at Elm Bank. June 15th, Elm Bank, there is a bat mitzvah. Okay. Saturday, June 29th, a wedding at Elm Bank. On June 30th, there's another wedding at Elm Bank. Sunday, July 7th, a wedding at Elm Bank. Saturday, August 10th, another wedding at Elm Bank. Saturday, August 17th, there's a wedding at Elm Bank. I'm repeating myself, for Sunday, September 8th, there's another wedding at Elm Bank, none of which I've been invited to, none. Saturday, October 26th, a wedding at Elm Bank, and that's the 22 special licenses. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to sign tonight also, so bear with us. Carol, if you would, please.
I move we approve the 22 special licenses.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Again, bear with us for a few seconds while we sign these.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Good. Thank you,
Great,
Sharon.
thank you.
Thank you for putting up with that for a moment. We'll further on down the agenda, and it's a reserve fund transfer for the water department. Dave, you want to speak to that?
This request is the result of the recent leak across the street that we had, and the cost of repairs and the cost of the lost water caused this budget to go over. So we're requesting $2,000 to supplement that budget.
Didn't we deal with this a couple weeks ago in a transfer?
We may have dealt with a transfer, but the estimate for the unaccounted for water was low.
Okay, so
We
this is
actually got the
covering
bill.
a low estimate
Yes.
in addition to the previous
Yes.
reserve fund transfer.
I move we approve a reserve fund transfer of $2,000 for the water department.
Okay, second, all in favor? Aye.
You too, thank you. Thank you.
We have a second reserve fund transfer from the building maintenance department. Dave?
And this is a request for $9,000 to get us through the end of the fiscal year. We had a number of problems with the boilers over at the Carroll Community Center, and part of that involves some asbestos remediation. And we also had an electrical coil at the library let go, and that was a $3,000 expense. So it's coincidentally $9,000 in Carroll Community Center overage, a $9,000 request for a supplement to this budget. Part of the $9,000 is a couple grand for wiring for the COA move over there.
Now, for the repairs at the community center, why would we not be using that special fund that we have set up?
It's an option, but we've always considered that to be an emergency fund where we didn't have the option of coming to the board for approval. It's, oh my God, something's gone wrong, we've got to fix it right away.
Well, the simple math on this, if there's a present balance of a certain negative number, you're not covering that whole number by the amount requested.
The $9,000 requested is projecting out all of our known expenses through the rest of the fiscal year for all buildings.
So you don't see any other need for the COA move over there also? As far as electrical or plumbing or?
We've done a pretty thorough job of anticipating all of the expenses over there that need to be done before the move, which is contemplated in August. We want to get all the wiring infrastructure in place, generally, essentially before the end of this fiscal year, and then after July, whatever incidental expenses we can pick up in a new budget.
Right, my sense is, at least from our responsible departments, that we've had a good year as far as requesting reserve fund transfers. How's the rest of the town been, John, from the warrant committee standpoint?
It has been a relatively quiet year in terms of demands upon the reserve fund, which is gratifying after, the excitement last year. So all in all, it's relatively okay.
This is it?
That's
Just
it.
us or the whole?
That's everybody, as of right now. In pretty good shape compared, as John said, to last
Until
year.
recently, there'd only been one
Oh, look at this.
transfer.
Wow. I'd like to see that free cash number next October.
Right. Okay, well, that one cost. Book. Yeah, okay, we did deal with the water system leak. Good, okay.
So plus these, we were still way under. It's only
It's 5
May
weeks left.
21st. I move we approve a request for reserve fund transfer for the building maintenance department of $9,000.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's go on to other business. Summer hours for the townhouse, I believe, and who? Greer, would you like to speak of that?
Sure. Every year, we ask the board if they will consider closing the townhouse on Fridays, from the Friday before Memorial Day through Labor Day at 1 p.m. as opposed to the usual 5 p.m. Those employees who are affected by this make the hours up. We ask them to submit to us a specific accounting of how they're making that time up in advance of those Fridays. So we're asking the board to consider allowing us to go on the same summer schedule again this year.
Okay. Carol, Jim?
Well, I know it's been a tradition to do this, and it's very much appreciated by the employees.
Very much, very much. It's very quiet in the townhouse
It's very
Friday
quiet anyway,
afternoons.
and
Yeah,
for anybody who's doing any traveling on a Friday, we all know what Friday afternoons are like,
right.
so.
Yeah, no, it really goes a long way with the employees.
I haven't seen over the years, and I would imagine you haven't either, any change in productivity from that.
None whatsoever.
Get up and they're,
None whatsoever. In fact, people sometimes shorten their lunch hours, so they're really in the work mode to get the work done. And, yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I think we should do it again.
I agree 100% with that. So I'll make the motion that we have early closing of the townhouse on, we'll call it summer hours, Fridays at 1 PM, from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yes.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. We now have to award certain highway bids. The first is in-place type B concrete. Dave, do you want to speak to that? Oh, great.
Sure, the annual highway bids for the paving, catch basin cleaning, and street line painting were opened on May 9th, and Superintendent of Streets is asking for the bituminous concrete in place type 1 award to be given to Aggregate Industries. This year, the lowest cost per ton put forward by Aggregate was $73.09 per ton, which is actually slightly less than last year's cost. Aggregate is a new vendor to the town, but Mr. Hughes has done his reference checks and said that they come highly referred.
So who was it last year, LaRusso?
I believe it was T.L. Edwards.
Was it? I remember
Yeah.
LaRusso's
Last
name.
year was, yeah.
Go back and forth sometimes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, it was really close
Yeah.
this year.
Okay.
I move we approve the fiscal year 14 bituminous concrete type 1 bid from Aggregate Industries.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Okay.
Just my
Yes,
signature.
please, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Greer, go ahead. Street line painting.
Okay. There were only 2 bidders for street line painting this year, and the low bidder was Highway Safety Systems of Rockland, Mass. That would be items 1 through 5, the painted lines at $17,188, and items 6 through 10 related to thermoplastics at $16,180. These are identical to the bids that were submitted last year.
How many bids were there last year? Do you remember?
I do not, I don't think there are usually
Probably two.
many.
There's only 2 that really do this work in
Right,
Massachusetts.
right, yeah.
Thermoplastic. A neophyte with that. What is thermoplastic?
Mr. Ramsey.
It's the thick stuff on the road. It's different than the acrylic stuff.
Is that the technical answer? Thick stuff
Thick
on the
stuff,
road?
yeah. That's how I distinguish it
And
from the other.
The thick stuff for the lines that Needham and Wellesley tend to use?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And do we have that anywhere?
We use it sparingly.
Is that the stuff that's supposed to last longer?
Depends who you talk to. I mean, some view it as it scrapes off easier,
Because it's higher?
as it's thicker. Others say no.
Because I know that this has always been an issue, you know, and we sort of addressed it a little bit by doing two regular paintings a year. We started that a couple of years ago.
Center
Yeah,
lines.
Yes, center lines and stuff. But when they opened up the bridge reopened up the bridge on Willow Street, so the Needham side is thermoplastic, and the Dover side is painted.
Ah.
And it dawned on me at the time that I was going to be watching to see how it works. Well, because it's a
Sure,
great, the
sure.
traffic's the same.
Yeah.
Traffic's the same, and it's just one side or the other, so
So it's been open, what, 6 months maybe?
the bridge is, yeah.
That'd be interesting to see the results of that.
Exactly.
Good
Show you the report
experiment.
back.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, we've talked about this for several years as to this.
Okay. Now, when they say items 1 through 5, which you said here, Greer, what are items 1 through 5 and items 6 through 10?
Those break down what needs to be painted.
Okay, so
In the big
specific
spec.
to
Yes,
streets
yeah.
and everything?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just for clarity purposes.
Sure.
Okay, I'll make the motion that we award the pavement markings bid to Highway Safety Systems, Inc. of Rockland, Massachusetts for fiscal year 2014.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Greer, last but not least, catch basin cleaning.
Thank you. There were 4 bidders this year for the annual catch basin cleanings, and we asked both for bids for materials deposited at the town site and materials that are taken away after the cleaning. And in both instances, R.J. Gabriel Construction of Bridgewater, Mass. gave the lowest bids at $12 per basin for materials deposited at the town site and $22 per basin for materials removed from the town. So we're asking the board to award.
Big differences. Sorry, Carol.
Oh,
go
yes,
ahead.
I know, yeah. Huge differences.
Yeah.
How does the material get sorted between what stays here?
We generally keep the materials here.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all deposited at the town site. We haven't taken any away in recent years, but
It's
we
an
always
option.
like to leave
Okay,
that
oh,
option
okay.
Did it
open.
as a standard, then we could decide to have it
Okay, got it.
removed.
Right.
And this is, how many cleanings per year? Is this 2?
One?
I think we do it once a year.
I thought I recall talking about doing twice this year. Craig talked about in his budget, operating budget for fiscal,
As part of stormwater management, you may be right, Mr. Dolly. At least some of the catch basins may be done twice a year.
okay. So, can we get the answer?
Yes,
How-
yeah. We can find that out for you.
But I'm comfortable with the award, but I just want to know specifically whether it's 1 or 2.
I move we approve the bid for catch basin cleaning from R.J. Gabriel Construction of Bridgeport, Massachusetts.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, our next item on the agenda is approve the April 11th and May 6th. I don't think we have the May 6th meeting minutes. I do not have them.
Behind them.
Oh, I stand corrected. Thank you.
Short.
Oh, okay, good. Both these,
Did these did my changes, which I got in late today? I
Yes,
apologize
thank you,
for
yes.
that.
Oh, no, that's understandable.
I'm still not getting the notice when I get mail into my Dover MA, so I tend to forget to look at it on a regular basis.
Okay.
did you have substantial changes?
No, they were just minor editing.
Because I read this late this afternoon, and I didn't have any changes.
I added mine to 39, it's just a one-year term left on
Oh, good, thank you.
Joe's term and grammatical things. I move we approve the minutes of April 11.
Second, all in favor? Aye. And- Okay, you signed now, Carol, okay. And the second meeting minutes is May 6, 2013. And this was specific to approving a special license at the Connors Center and no other matters.
I move we approve the minutes of May 6.
I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Good. Last but not least, as we do in every meeting, we have citizens' comments as an agenda item. And I open the floor to any citizens who would like to, say anything. If not, Carol, would you like to say anything?
No, I would like to thank Barry Clough and Felicia and all the workers at the townhouse yesterday. It was a long day with a large turnout, and there was a lot of work being done there, so thank you all for another good election.
Yes, and I would like to reiterate our message earlier to Officer Klaus and Chief McGowan and the other officer that did a tremendous job on behalf of the town and made us proud, basically. So thank you again, gentlemen, for that. And with that, I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
With that being done, all in favor? Aye. Good night now. Thank you very much.